The primary point that I wanted to address before we get to questions is that Brown is deeply committed to the safety and security and well-being of our community. And I've been deeply saddened to see people questioning that. We understand that as time goes on, there is maybe a natural instinct to assign responsibility for a tragic event like this. Anxiety and fear is very natural, but the shooter is responsible.
Oh my lord, did she just blame the shooter? Did an ultra-liberal progressive just blame the shooter?
Horrific gun violence took the lives of these students and hospitalized others.
Oh, looks like I jumped the gun, pun intended. Devil on her shoulder said, quick, correct that. Blame the gun, you're gonna lose your people.
And it's deeply sad and tragic that schools across the country are targets of violence.
Folks, I'm not looking to brag. I don't have a big enough following to brag. Nobody watched my first couple videos. Who gives a shit? This is simply my therapy. But I'll link my previous video from a few days ago in the comments. I told you then, do not blame the Providence police here. There are bigger powers at play here. And it's not even this incompetent mayor, the governor, or this absolute vile douchebag of an AG. Brown University owns that city. They own that state. They own everything within it. The whole mission here, behind the scenes, is to protect Brown at all costs. I explained Brown has a police department. They're fully sworn police officers with full police powers, guns, badges. They have arrest powers. They arrest nobody. Crime happens on the campus, they call Providence Police. Why do they even have a fucking police department? They have detectives. How come they're not handling this, right? Why is PPD being shit on? I try to explain to you. Know who the players are here. The way it's set up in Providence, and yes, you could maybe blame the police department for allowing this to happen. This system has been in place for decades. If there is no public safety commissioner named, the mayor is public safety commissioner. That's why he's running the show. That's why he's running the press conferences. Gives him an opportunity to control the narrative. You just heard the president of Brown talking. What did I hear there? Please stop blaming us. She's there to speak about her peeves, right? Her pet peeves in this whole process. The safety of us. Shut the fuck up. Very first press conference she appeared in, she was asked a question. She said, I have no idea. Why is she there? Why is she there? Because it's a dog and pony show. It's a presentation. It's theater. Why do you have to introduce the governor for a few words? And next up, this one for a few words. Next up, an FBI agent. The same FBI that gave us the wrong person at the beginning. Made us all look like fools. The AG. Why is the AG even there? What's his role in this? Well, I'll show you by the end of this video and you'll see it all come full circle. There's no suspect. The only time you should ever see this motherfucker's face is after the grand jury report's out. There's no suspect. He has no role at this point, except he's up there for damage control. And I'll show it to you. This is interruption number 1.
That was released already. That was the outside of the building. We released that.
Yeah, let me just jump here and clarify. Okay, so there is...
Now you see that, folks? Isn't that called white-splaining? Why is it always the progressive fucking douchebags that do exactly what they say everyone else does? Why is he interrupting Colombian-born police chief Oscar Perez? Then there's this.
You've got to follow up and then we're going here.
Just to clarify, there's no clear video of the suspect inside the NPR.
I just said it. That's correct.
Now, can I just ask as well, further to the...
Reporter asks a follow-up question. I just said that. Dude, you're not even on the microphone. But you got to make sure the world knows how pissed off you are. Why? Because they are used to softball questions. Usually the members of the media allowed in this room are all leftists themselves. It's a massive circle jerk. He can't believe people are questioning them. He's not used to it, and he can't contain himself when it happens. We're not done here. Interruption number 2.
I say investigate it and then move forward. Takes time.
Mr. Attorney General. Yeah, I just want to jump in there too, because I think I want to clarify in a sense what the chief is saying.
Interruption number 3.
Conversations with them or no, they're not here now.
Amanda, if I can just jump in here, what's really critical first is that we identify who the person.
And the interruption number 4 is the most important part. Why did he interrupt? Check out why the AG is actually there.
Un caso completo para poder llevarlo a la justicia.
Can I just jump in here, Mayor, with your permission? I want to come back to your question about that name. And I know the name that you're asking about because a member of the media asked me about it. I am familiar with it. I wasn't familiar with it when the media member asked me about it. I think it was either CBS or NBC. I asked my team about it. I think this is an area where caution is really necessary. There are lots of reasons why a page might be taken down, particularly if there's chatter out there about, to your question, Amanda, about words that were spoken. It's easy to jump from someone saying words that were spoken to what those words are, to a particular name.
He's admitted he's got 2 kids that went to Brown. I'm sure he parties with the Brown president quite often. You look up Rhode Island's history. This is a state that is controlled by the envelope stuffed with cash. They're all worried about campaign season and the money Brown University and those affiliated with it brings in with them. They are here to protect Brown University. They know the lawsuits are coming. We all know they're coming. This is damage control for Brown University. Now let me get into something that's really pissing me off. The woke right. I don't know what your definition of the woke right is. To me, it's the same as the woke left. Your behaviors, your tactics, your bullshit, your rage clickbaiting garbage. You're all a bunch of pieces of shit, trying to get people riled up for nothing. This guy lost a follow today. I'm sure it doesn't matter, this douchebag. I typically have no respect for anybody with over 50,000 followers that's only following 317, but this bullshit. The Brown University mass shooting will likely never be solved. Imported immigrant, Providence Police Chief Oscar Perez. Imported immigrant. This man's a U.S. citizen, you fucking faggot. He's been here since he was a child. And I try to explain in that first video. This dude was a cop, a legit fucking cop. He not only bleeds blue, he bleeds red, white, and blue. You've proven to be that woke right piece of shit that the left is always fucking talking about. I don't throw the word racist around lightly, but you, sir, are a fucking cunt. Oscar Perez, along with his commander, Timothy O'Hara, in their day, these guys were the most legit fucking cops ever. First ones in the door, first ones to throw down. These guys were legitimate. That's very rare to find in police leadership. Usually, they're the douchebags. They're the fucking twats that would suck a Somali's dick if their mayor ordered them to. Phonies from the day they got on the job. Not these guys. And Oscar Perez never prioritized DEI in Providence. I got on the job in '97 and they were talking about this shit. They were walking through the projects, door to door, government housing, trying to hand out applications to people that were slamming the door in their face. I remember they held up my academy process over it because they couldn't get enough minorities. They've been doing this shit for decades. What you didn't know, they are the San Francisco of the Northeast. They have led the way on a lot of progressive bullshit and ideology. Let's check in with this hooah. Had my following? Now doesn't. Police Chief Oscar Perez's nephew, Josh Perez, was sentenced to 22.5 years in federal prison for running one of the largest fentanyl rings in the region. His other uncle, Andre Perez, which is Oscar's brother, was called a knowing or unwitting participant. Do you understand how the FBI works? They are all about popcorn fart headlines, okay? The bigger grab here. The bigger fish to arrest would have been the chief or his brother. And although they put out a pretty shitty fucking statement, they were both cleared. This kid gets 22.5 years. They're still employed. If the FBI, especially as it's currently situated, could jam up police chief and his brother in a leftist progressive city, don't you think this current DOJ would have done that? There's all your proof in the world that you, again, are just a clickbaiting fucking hooah, right? The same FBI that told us the guy on the left is the guy on the right, which is probably why now more than ever, I will never fucking follow Sean Hannity ever again. I can fucking see through this piece of shit now. You fired Tucker Carlson but kept this douchebag? Are you kidding me? Talk about carrying water for these fucking losers. My lord. They fucked this up from the very beginning. Again, you do not blame PPD for this. This guy's name is Paul. Had my following earlier this morning. He no longer has it. Paul, but calls himself Bubble Bath Girl, using the homo dapper detective to attack real cops. I'm not even going to bother doing the research to see what Paul has said about, say, this fucking cunt. This guy should be the focus of all your ire, all your bullshit, fake, right-wing clickbait posts. Fucking loser. I'm going to try to show you how it's done, all right? Maybe there's a reason why Tim Pool is a millionaire several times over, and you are just losers typing from behind a fucking keyboard. Just read this. I don't even have to play it. It feels like everything is breaking down. The lack of information about the Brown University shooter has led some to believe Brown and Providence police are hiding the killer's identity. Right, has led some to believe. He's not trying to be provocative. He's not trying to throw this out as a statement of fact. Yes, this looks fucking awful. But again, I would ask people to fucking just go back to the beginning. Brown police, AG, mayor. The narrative has already been set before the police chief even takes the fucking microphone. He's usually the last to be called up to the microphone for that reason. Now, I'm going to make a fucking pivot here. Over the last few days, I've come to the conclusion that although I do not blame PPD for this, and yes, folks, I'm telling you, if you don't believe me, make some fucking phone calls. They have receipts, I have receipts. We fucking hate each other. I have no reason to defend that fucking department. I would like to Thanos snap some of them out of fucking existence. They are the first to tell you, I would never defend them. I'm just trying to fucking say what is right here. But here's what's also right. Oscar, Tim, get the fuck out. Get out. You shouldn't leave over anything you've done. You should leave for self-preservation. In fact, Colonel, I would hope at the next press conference, while that vile cocksucker AG is up there bloviating, you push him aside. You interrupt him to announce your resignation effective immediately. I predict there are mayors, maybe even a few governors across the country that might see that clip and go, wow, that's the guy I need. There are a lot of decent politicians out there. They'll double your pay. They'll fly you out. You will take over a police department where you are in fucking control, where the press conferences are conducted and run by you. And guess what? When there's no information to give, you don't call the press into the room for some theater presentation of bullshit. You don't call all the press into the room to run cover for the president of Brown. You don't even give her a fucking microphone. She shouldn't even be in attendance. She should be prepping the fucking lawsuit she's about to face. I still consider the two of you brothers. The two of you were very good to me when I was there. And that doesn't indicate a bias, no, because I remember working with you when you two were only patrolmen, when you didn't have rank. I was a rookie. I was in awe by some of the shit you guys did. You guys were fucking amazing. That's how I know you're real cops. You're not Dean Essermans. You're not Stephen Parrys. You're fucking legit. Do yourself a favor. Do your families a favor. Get the fuck out of there. Go and take over departments in a nice, sunny, Republican locale where you'll never have to deal with this bullshit again because you're catching a beating that you don't deserve. Fuck, that's it for today. Later, bitches.
Get him, Jay.
I'm not a cop.
You got DP'd.